Alright, welcome back to 5 Minute Kerbal. We're getting ready to head towards Minmus. Alright, so what we're going to do here is we're going to talk about some of the things you'll see on a typical lander. So this is a Mark 1 command pod with a parachute. This is an FT200 fuel tank and a little 909 engine. This is the 50 thrust engine. So usually when we're flying, we can harvest electricity from the engine. They've all got an alternator, we can do that. When we are in deep space, we may need to power certain things like lights or our reaction wheels without the benefit of having the engine on, so we're going to have some batteries, and we need to turn on symmetry mode. So hit X once for 2x symmetry, so that we put batteries on both sides and don't unbalance the craft. And we'll also have some photovoltaic or solar panels to recharge our batteries. There we go. On both sides. This is because we may be behind Minmus, or we may be somewhere where there's, just whatever. We'll need electricity for certain things. You don't need it as much when you're not in science mode, but you still do need it. And you'll definitely need it on in stations or for any probes. Probes are essentially unmanned craft. So, what else are we going to put on there? Well, we're going to add a ladder. This is the Tellus LV Bay Mobility, and it's a ladder. So we're going to put it right there. Okay, and you can see what it looks like extended by right-clicking on it and saying Extend Ladder. So that's what that looks like. We're going to use some landing struts. These are the LT1 landing struts, and we want to do this in 4x symmetry mode. And make sure you don't block your ladder. So right there. And then we are going to go to the Utility tab, and we're going to find the Illuminator Mark II. We're going to do this in 2x symmetry mode. So hit X until you get to 2x symmetry mode, and we're going to put some lights facing down. It's very useful for landing on the planet. Anyway, so this is our lander. This is what it looks like. I just want to make sure everybody is familiar with all of the equipment. We're going to launch it, and what we're going to do is we're just going to launch it real quick. We're going to go up to about 300 meters, and we're going to deploy the landing gear, just so everybody knows how that works. To turn on the lights, we can actually do it on the pad up here. There's a little button for lights. It's black when it's off, it's white when it's on. So off, on, off, on. For the landing gear, it looks like it's currently on, but it's a bug. So you have to hit this button twice to deploy it. So what we're going to do is we're going to throttle up. Now we're going to go to about 300 meters. We're going to deploy the landing gear, and then we're going to come back down to Earth. But we can't just cut the engines at 300 meters because we'll plummet to our death. So we're going to throttle back down to about 1/3 throttle, but we'll have to sort of play with it. So we want to try and land on the surface of Kerbal at less than 10 meters per second, according to our little readout here. So throttle up, T for SAS, and hit the go button. Pretty much immediately you can hit the gears button once, twice, and then I'm going to hit X to cut my engines. Okay, and now I'm going to hit X, and I'm going to hit Shift. I'm going to go up to about 50. Nope, see, I'm still going upwards. About 30% throttle. Alright, so now I'm going to start coming back down to the surface. I'm going 26 meters per second. I need to speed up a little bit to shed some of that speed. Using Shift to do this. You don't want to do it too much because you'll start going back up again. But if I can land at about 5 meters per second, then that's a nice soft landing. Excellent. Lights on so I can see what I'm doing. So the lights are useful so that you know how far away from the planet you are, because right now it says we're at 75 meters. We're not at 0, so the lights really help with landing. We can deploy the ladder. We can have old Jeb go for an EVA. This is basically what we'll be doing on the moon of Minmus. We can turn the lights off. Oh, wait, nope, can't. I'm not inside the ship. All right. Jeb can walk down the ladder, or he can just hit spacebar to let go, and he can walk around. So this is what our lander will look like when we go to Minmus. We will see you next time on 5 Minute Kerbal.